All right, it's the 17th, and get your name up on the top of your notes if you haven't already. Right, that was Monday. All right, in your own words, let me just describe what corresponding parts are. We dealt with them a bit in our, we matched up sides of figures with different orientations and same orientations in our warm-up. Corresponding parts are going to break down into sides and angles. Sides and angles of figures. I'm going to say two figures. Sides and angles of two figures that are positioned in the same from figure to figure. I'm making a video right now. What can I do for you? Okay. Sides and angles of figures that are positioned in the same from figure to figure. So let me just put in something here. You want to try to draw these. I'll maybe make that a right triangle. A, B, C. Try to draw these as similar as you can. I know you guys aren't measuring in rulers, but try to draw these as close to the same as you can. And then we can talk about the corresponding parts. And I'm literally going to use the rest of this side of the page to list the different corresponding parts and show you guys what the notation should look like. This is the DEF. Let me do this. This triangle, that's not showing up different. I'm just trying to grab a different color. Here we go. A little bit lighter blue, just to distinguish that these are two different triangles. I'm trying to show you that they are similar in size. But you know, here's the thing about this too. Actually, what I'm going to do is write down how these guys are related. What parts correspond to each other. Let me talk about this. Angle A. And what angle on the other triangle correspond to each other? You got it. It's just a matching game. Angle A and angle D. It's just a matching game. Angle B and angle E. And then angle C and angle F. We would consider those to be corresponding parts, corresponding angles actually. And then we'll start looking at matching up the corresponding sides, and we'll write those as segments. Now the corresponding sides, we're going to write them as segments. What side corresponds to AC? Side AC goes along with which? Side AC, side DF. Now these sides, we want to talk about the sides as the segments they are. Segment AC, notation matters, and segment DF. Segment AC and segment DF. Next pair I'm going to start with segment CB. Segment CB is going to correspond with segment FE. And my last side, what would it be? AB, or I'm actually kind of going around my triangle this way. I'm going to put it as BA. It really doesn't matter, but I feel like I'm going around my triangle this way. A, C, B, now I'm up to BA. A, C, C, B, now I'm going to go BA. I had DF, FE, I'm going to have to talk about it as ED. The order that I'm writing it matters. If I were to write this as AB, I would have written this as DE. The order of it matters. Actually, going right along with that idea and this whole thing about corresponding parts, I want you to open your packet. Here we go. And orientation's a little bit different. So I opened it right up, and actually the numbers are out of order in this one. But take a look at number 1 and number 2. Take a look at number 1 and number 2 here. Identify all pairs of congruent corresponding parts. So actually, we know that these are things that are congruent. Let's see. And then write another congruent statement for the polygons. Well, we'll see what goes on here. What corresponding parts, let's do angles here. Angle R. What's that congruent to? I see markings. Single line here, single line here. Angle R, angle U. Yeah, it is. You're going to find number 1 on the next page. Open it up. Angle R and angle U. Looking for another one, not the same people that have been given answers. Q and T. Q and T have 2 marks. Angle Q, congruent to angle T. What's the last one? P and S? Yep. P and S. Now, I want you guys to notice something about the way that, so we're told up top here that these triangles are congruent, and I want you to notice here, like we just put together P and S. They're both sitting as the first letter of the way this is named. So this is going to get technical. P and S are both sitting as the first letter in the way it's named. Q and T are both the middle letter in the way it's named. And you should have noticed then that R and U are both in the last letter in the way that it's named. And so when it says, write another congruent statement for the polygons, I could just reorder them. Let's do this. I'm going to so here's my congruent statements. I'm going to actually call this triangle UTS. How would I have to reorder the names on the left side? So I honestly, I just dropped down UTS. So I just have to keep matching up what it is the way that I'm writing that statement. The way that I'm writing that statement, I just have to keep matching up what it is. R. Just seeing if you're paying attention. Right. All right, take about a minute and do the same thing for number 2. Look up here and see if you have them all, even if you don't have them in the same order I do. If you don't have them in the same order, that's okay. Do you have these letters on the left and these on the right? Do you have them all completely reversed? Okay, do yourself a favor. Line up the ones, and I just came under this figure and I put them there. Came under this figure and I put them there. Match them up so like from each figure they're on either the left or the right. Go ahead. That's why I started with C. Yeah. You don't have to. You don't have to, but that's how I started. So then the last part here would be, well, what's a different congruent statement? And you see up here, you guys, there's the A and the E matched up. There's the B and the F, there's the C and the G, there's the D and the H. I'm just going to go write my new congruent statement just in the order I have them. C, B, A, D, is congruent to G, F, E, H. I just wrote it different than what it was here and used the order that I had listed them down at the bottom.